All right, guys, I have a very cool top 4 deck profile from Gencon 2023. Nick, the orange hat guy, not wearing a hat, but that's okay. He wanted to show off this deck, and I wanted him to show off this deck, so he's using Pikkon, and this, oh, it's so sexy, with Namekian Mastery right here.
Yup.
And Master Sensei, so tell us what this deck is about.
Well, one of the first things about this deck is that it's meant to be conceptually challenging just because you can't play Pikkon Namekian in any other format right now. Pikkon is not a Namekian. It was kind of a weird choice to make him Namekian in Score Ball. But because in the World Game Saga they released some Pikkons named and Namekian styled cards, those cards would have been done out. It would have been done dirty out of the playbook. So they made Namekian be able to play Pikkon stuff in the Fusion format. So I was able to do this. Pikkon does a lot of rejuvenating stuff with events. And Namekian Knowledge Mastery gets me in anger every time I'm gaining rejuve. So this is a triple win con deck. I can anger out, I can ball out, and I can do a lot of energy beats and take you down, do a lot of damage. Master Roshi Sensei and especially the Pikkon level 1 are the two things that come into play early in the game, and just to keep me alive, because I'm not drawing extra cards. Drawing 3 cards per turn in this deck, and that's not good in this format, honestly. It's pretty fucking weak. But Master Roshi gives me a little bit of extra survivability, and I do a lot of rejuvenating in this deck.
He does.
Mostly, I mean, the balls are there to win me the game occasionally, but that's not a primary thing. The anger sometimes comes into play, but mostly I'm coming in with the energy beats, do a whole lot of energy damage. I got the Pikkon's Thunder Flash. That's an anger card and an energy card. Plus removing stuff from the deck. I got Namekian Strike, which lets me tutor for the Namekian's card.
Been stupid for 2 decades.
With Namekian Strike and Namekian Energy Focus also lets me tutor for an energy combat card, and then I get Namekian Surprise Attack, which lets me tutor for a dragon or a reinforced card. So this deck has a whole lot of toolbox availability. Done a whole bunch of things. I have a reinforced physical block. I can get an energy block out of it just with searching for the energy combat card. So I can go aggro. I can go defense. I can turn a small hand into a lot of actions in this deck. One of the things I really like about this one is the Goku's House. Because I'm punishing my opponent for playing events, I have no problem letting them shuffle them back into their deck as many times as they want to. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cancel it, I'm going to get some stuff from them doing it. And then I have the Namekian Door Explosions to keep my location in play no matter what my opponent does, unless they got Dimension Scream after that. And then from there, most of it's just, good stuff. I got the Pikkon's Taunt and the Pure Defense, so that's 4 times per game, or 4 cards in the deck. They're going to stop people from doing what they want on their secondary effects. Champion Zora is a card that I like using I've liked using Champ Zora a lot of times in my life. Doesn't find a lot of places in a lot of decks for me. The reason that I liked it in this deck is because it can actually fill up my discard pile against control decks that aren't going to fill it up for me. And then against, aggro, the endurance is going to keep me alive. Beyond that, everything else is pretty much just energy beats, doing the rejuvenating and staying alive. As long as I can, you have to actively stop me from staying alive in this deck, or else I'm going to go back to full size no matter what you do. So it's a pretty fun one. Got the top 4, ended up losing the anger victory, and should have wall breaked it a little bit harder than I did, but anger's always going to be a bit of a weak spot for Namekian anyways. I'm not sure the wall breaker would have made me a whole lot of difference anyways. It's a lot of fun playing it. Honestly, I think this is, in 20 years, my first time actually playing a Namekian deck at an event. And I hate Namekian.
We have that on record. We have that all on record. Okay.
Yeah, it's the worst style, and fuck Namekian to death.
Oh my goodness.
But I actually had a whole lot of fun playing it today, and I'm glad I did it. So
very good.
Probably ain't gonna play it a whole lot more in the future, but I'm very happy with this deck and how it turned out.
Okay, Nick, thank you very much for the deck profile.
Thanks, Scotty.